Okay, we're here with Vanessa McIver, who's just been umpiring at the Under-19 World Champs, which is, of course, on the Paris course that they'll use for next year's Olympics. But Vanessa, where did it all begin for you, your rowing life?
My rowing life started right down there, 1,000 metres down as a baby boat holder when I was 12 years of age.
And you were hooked from there?
I was hooked.
What did you love about it?
I just loved the freedom and the excitement and that it was very, very new to the area, that I just wanted to be part of it.
Well, tell us a bit more about that, because you say you're a Twizel baby.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So I'm a Twizel baby, so I was born here. I grew up through the hydro scheme. My parents worked on the hydro scheme, and I've never left. I've always been here.
And they had a bit to do with the course, I believe.
Yep, my father, he was a specialist operator, so he worked on the project scheme here, helping develop the rowing course with Max Smith and all the gentlemen.
Okay, so you fell in love with rowing. You're already in love with Twizel. So putting one and one together, what was the next thing you did?
I really wanted to row, but there was no rowing club. So in 1992, when I was about 18, I decided to start up Twizel Rowing Club. So I went and got a bank loan, and back then it was for $12,000, and I bought a double scull, but I didn't have a partner, I didn't have a friend, and so one person came to the meeting. That was my partner, and that was Twizel Rowing Club, and we've grown ever since. I worked at the local pharmacy, and I worked at the Mackenzie Country Inn, and then I worked for NZED, which is Electricorp back in those days. Did various jobs and paid the loan off to pay for the boat. We had our first real club members in 1994, and for the first 2 years we rowed under Timaru Rowing Club until we were registered with Rowing New Zealand.
And did you choose the colours for the club?
Yes.
Why did you choose those colours?
Green and black's Twizel colours. It's what the rugby players and everybody was in, so I wanted to stay traditional. So green and black stayed for the Twizel School and Twizel Rowing Club, because we knew we couldn't afford 2 uniforms, so it was 1 uniform for both school and club rowing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So tell me about, how did you get into umpiring?
So with rowing later, when I was sort of early 20s, there was very few, if any, female umpires, and so Royce Wilson, he decided that he wanted a female umpire, so he said, "You're going to become an umpire." So then I went on to be national umpire for many years. And then in 2009, it was the decision, Rowing New Zealand really wanted a female international umpire. So I studied for 2 years and was taken to Indonesia, and that's where I sat my international exams in Indonesia and became New Zealand's first International FISA Umpire.
And when was your first overseas assignment?
6 months after that, I went to Munich in Germany for World Cup 2. That was my first posting. And every year since then I've been selected, which I've been really lucky to do. I've had all sorts of amazing regattas and seen some cool people.
You must have seen some amazing New Zealand moments for one, but also rowing moments. Are there any of those things that stick out for you?
Oh, absolutely. I have loved watching through the years, seeing our young under-19s progress through to the under-23s and seniors and win gold medals at the senior level. Being able to follow them at international has been outstanding, and trying to also bring back new designs, new rules overseas back to New Zealand to help further our young ones.
Yeah. And so you have just been at the Under-19 Worlds.
Yep.
How did you enjoy that?
The weather was atrocious.
Yeah, a bit like today.
Yeah. The course is interesting because it's a kayak course as well as a rowing course, so there's a few things that are a little bit confusing there, but it's going to be amazing for Paris next year. The course is top notch. My application has gone forward for consideration for the Olympics, but it's up to FISA, so we find out in the next month or so if an Australasian's been picked and if it's myself or another gentleman.
I'll tell you what, where's your dad?
He is probably hiding over in the corner with Justin.
Well, he'd probably be pretty happy if that happened, but
Yeah.
I'm sure he's pretty happy either way with what you've achieved out here.
Yes, they were able to come to Paris with me.
Really?
Yep, so they have actually seen what the Olympic course for next year is like, so they're going to watch it on telly and hope to see me on TV. Yeah.
Can you think of a Kiwi moment you've just that sticks in your mind?
I think a Kiwi moment is being over when I was in Rotterdam 3 or 4 years ago, and they brought over the Kiwi. They had a waka, the Kiwi waka at Rotterdam, and they had the Governor General there, and all of the New Zealand rowers were treated like royalty, all the athletes and whatnot, and so it was really special to see part of New Zealand over in Rotterdam in the Netherlands. It was incredible, and that's one moment that I'll never forget. Yeah, bit of Kiwi history.
Is there a sort of a horrifying moment that you've experienced in this umpiring game?
I think that the horrifying bit is some of the courses that you go on, the weather is atrocious, so seeing lightning hit the actual course and rowers being pulled off very, very quickly because it's incredibly dangerous, and watching everybody sort of row as quickly as they can for their life. That's because we don't see that here, so yeah, and then when you see wee fires suddenly starting, yeah.
One last question, how are you enjoying this Masters regatta?
Well, it's great apart from the wee bit of breeze that's popping up every now and again, but you know, look at the course, it's stunning. It's nothing better, that's what I think.
You seeing any Twizel rowers come through?
We've got Twizel Masters rowing, so that's quite cool to see green and black on the water doing a few composites. And
Calvin Mark has been doing a good job in the stroke seat from what I can see.
Absolutely, yes, he's one that loves our course. He's a Twizel boy now, so it's nice seeing him in green and black, not red and black.
You've got this, so there's you and Calvin are two Twizel treasures, hey?
Yeah, there's a few of us, a few hiding in the background. Yeah, a lot of our club actually volunteers here, a lot of our members of our club, so yeah, they're always at the regattas. Yeah.
So you're in it for as long as you want to be?
Yeah, as long as Row New Zealand will have me, and as long as I'm fit and healthy, and yeah, I hope to be here like Fred Strawn at 100, because he's in our club. We had his party a couple of weeks ago, so that was great.